Grinding together outside.
So the opening ceremony is about unveiling the theme, explaining what the theme means to people, and then also preparing them and their minds for everything that's going to be happening during the teenage week. Or like an introduction, basically, so everything that's going to be happening during the week.
Making the Trailblazer magazine was not a strange process to me because I already did it last year. But this year, I didn't really have so much help from people, and this year I was determined to like actually make it good because last year I was doing my work, so I could easily roll off some duties to some other people. But this year I didn't really have an excuse, and of course, a second chance at doing things meant making it a better thing. And so yeah, it really got stressful at some point. You could have started a long time ago, and there will be that time that you'd pause and everything would just be chill. But finally there was a wake-up call, and then it was like, oh my god, it's too late, this, that, and then everybody was hurrying and stuff. So it was really tedious, affected my schoolwork to an extent. But all in all, I'm really just grateful to God for everything, because like there were some things that were done that seemed impossible, but like evidently it was God's doing. It was just God's doing. Like God was heavily behind us. We could see him in all of this, and like I was just like, really. And then after the magazine was sold, after it was launched and sold, people calling and saying, oh, it's really good, it looks really nice, it has really good content. I was very happy. This thing of delayed gratification was like, oh, this is it. I was really glad, and I wasn't really actually, I must appreciate those that were involved, because like it wasn't just me, but of course hands are never enough, articles never come in early, and like my assistants and senior supporters really came through, and even the church for praying, the coordinators also. And I think I would like to say the Trailblazer magazine is like a very important purchase that people need to make, because it has very good content. It answers some questions that are very important and sensitive that you might not necessarily want to ask someone you see on the road, or even your parents. It's like, oh, this thing has encouragement in it. And generally the Trailblazer magazine, I think, is really, really, really good. Like really, really, really good. Yeah.
So when we were planning for the unveiling of the theme, it took a lot, because we got from the secretariat, they told us that there was no money on ground. We had to be very, very creative with our ideas. So instead of doing a banner like we planned, we just got cardboards and a carton. We cut a carton out and we used glue. We got lights from the church. We bought fireworks to emphasize the theme, light up, that kind of thing. And it was really hard getting it the exact way we wanted, because not all of us could draw. So the one person that knew how to draw drew, and then we had to cancel the whole thing over and over again. At the point, we had to start over from the beginning, and we spent so much time on it. We started from like 7 p.m. and we ended around 12 a.m. all we were doing, and basically that was how we went.
Today, the royal family celebrates her 15th anniversary.
When I was informed about the people I was going to be working with, I'm like, okay, because we didn't really used to talk, and it was kind of weird for me, and I didn't even know how to start. But we had a meeting, a very short meeting, just like an introduction and all of that. We talked, shared our ideas, and it went well. It went well. The first meeting, we had our second meeting with our senior supporter, Bro Kwelumi, and that was where we had the whole idea for the unveiling of the theme. So it took the four of us, because we're four in the team, it took the four of us to work on it together. We had to get newspapers involved, we turned newspapers. It was fun. It was really fun. We laughed a lot, we played a lot. I mean, we got angry at some point with each other that why do you keep messing up and stuff like that, you're taking time. But we ended up doing it well. And for how we presented it in the church, we had like a pre-rehearsal before service started, where we arranged ourselves and we told each other this is how this will be, this is how this will. So after they finished the opening prayer, the guys went in. I was just sitting in front of them, making sure they did the right thing. At some point, they didn't quickly do what they were supposed to do. It took me like signaling to them that okay, do this, this is what you're supposed to do now. That was when they did it, and I think it went well. People said it went well, but I think it went well. We did a really nice job together.
You have your friends around you. We have a lot of people that look up to us, and we are to shine as lights. And a lot of destinies are waiting for us to shine the light. If no one saw it.
So I've actually been thinking about that moment since the beginning of the year. Yes, because that was when we started the Eagles Assembly, and then I was sitting with the pastorate in front of the church, and whenever it is time for the message, I always think to August, that's teenage week, and I want to thank God for his help, because 2 weeks to teenage week I was not sure what I was going to say yet, because I was scared of the audience, of the congregation, because this is another set of people that I've not really had a relationship with, that I don't know at all. If it were between church, I can call anybody in church, oh Shola, what is this? Jibola, what is this? But then it was somehow, but I thank God for his help. I got help from my friends also, because at a point I called for help some other senior friends, and they actually prayed and came through. I remember the day when we were having the prayer week. Someone prayed, like someone led the prayer and prayed specifically for me, and that actually caused another fear, because everyone has prayed for me already, and then if I now go to the front and I flop, see the number of people that are praying for me, and then if I disappoint them, I will feel bad. But I knew that it was not me that would do it. I had to understand that I was not the one talking to the church, but God. I thank God for his grace. I thank God for everything he did.
Thank you very much.
We ask for God that we minister now. That we help us by your spirit in Jesus' name. This message we want to pass across and be gotten by every heart in Jesus' name. That we help every family, every parent, and every child in Jesus' name. Every in service and every blessed in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name I pray.
Are you guys sorry? Yes. Everybody,
Hello? Someone stop me?
supposed to be there for me. Who am I supposed to speak to if I can't speak to my parents? Tell me, who? You don't even know what I'm going through in my personal life. Many of you think it's about money. It's money that will take me to heaven. But money makes me a successful person. I have things I'm dealing with. Just give the money I push us to school, push us.